There it is, the mystery oven. But as you can see, it is faced in a very steep hillside. It is definitely not a place for a hut or a house to be built. So let's have a closer look. Nobody knows what this is. The first time this was put to the record of the Museum Office of Finland was a long time ago, and after since nobody has done any scientific study here. So whatever theory I come up with is pretty much as good a theory as, it's the best so far theory. So we can go as wild here as we want to. I love it. There are clearly some rock formations. I'm going to have a wider examination of what can be found. Also, I need to see what kind of vibes this place gives. So, this is definitely not an oven. Firstly, it is made it's way too full of holes to make a proper oven. Even those ovens which are used in very old houses or very old saunas are not made like this. And also, nothing has been burned in there. That's very clear. Nothing has ever been burned inside that thing. And of course, this location here shows that no building has ever laid here. Nuh-uh. Nope, it can't build here. And it's very curious that the back wall of this pit here is really like that. I do believe that it has something to do with what my friend told me, that it takes the earth energy and sort of makes it come this way. It's very interesting. I am not an expert on these matters, but I can definitely say this is not an oven. I can also say this is not made to store any food. Any kind of animal would get their way through those big holes anytime. It's not going to hold any rain. It's not a hideout either. The place itself is so open, and it's so very easy to see this structure here from afar that definitely you can find better places to hide things if you want to hide some of your property or stolen goods or whatever. So basically, I don't know what this is. I think that the theory about it actually being some kind of a generator for earth energies is just as good as any theory, because that's the best theory so far. I would very much like to challenge different people and museum officials and historians to come here and actually try to find some kind of a reasonable explanation for this. So let's see. There is something here. There's a cold breeze right here. Yes, there is some kind of a cold zone right here. There's a smell. Some kind of smell that doesn't belong here. It's not directly like the face of the oven is pointing that way, a little bit to the side, but here there is a smell that doesn't belong here. It might come from the swamp, but I think I know what a swamp smells like. There is a smell here that doesn't belong here, I think. It may also be this tree, what's this called? Haapa. This produces a very bad smell when it's fallen, but usually it only comes when the tree itself is very old and it's terminated when it's very old. They produce a very bad smell then. But it's not that smell. I know that smell also, it's not that smell. There is some smell here that doesn't belong. So, as my friend has pointed out previously, I noticed the same thing. It's very clear to see here. This line between the peak of the rock there and the rock behind it over there on the cliff, that is clearly placed there to make this connection. Let's go. This is definitely a path that is leading up here. As you can see, you can almost see it's the stairs that are going that way, and this is either natural or man-made path that is going there and there, and it's leading towards the rock over there. Yep, I would definitely say that this was placed here on purpose. It just well, just look at it. Just look at it. You can see it yourself. There you go. And it's facing along, like it's like shining along the path that goes down there, past the peak and the oven as we saw before. This has some purpose here. And also going a bit higher up, right behind us is a pit. And there is still ice at the very bottom of the pit. Overall, when I came up the hill, I couldn't help but notice there are a lot of regularities here. You can't quite put your finger on it, but you get the kind of sense that there is some pattern here. You are entering some kind of a pattern. The future enthusiasts, damn, what's a hard word. I would really recommend that somebody came here and took a map and paper and studied the geometry of this place, because you can sense it with your eyes, and just by the way the wind goes here, you can sense that there is sort of a geometry or some kind of an order to all this here. Okay, you can't quite see it. Well, there it is. That is the rock that I just showed you. And behind us over there is the oven. And what is this way? Look, it's a pyramid along with the same line. So here it is. It's not exactly a regular pyramid, but it's clearly like a peak right here in this place. And as you can see, there are some more regularities, some more patterns that are created here. There is one rock and another rock behind that rock. So there is clearly a line here also. And that rock there is clearly also like placed there. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. Okay, following this line that goes to the tip of the pyramid right there, following up this line takes us to this little plateau here, or this like a more even ground. And here what I found is there are a lot of rocks, big rocks like that, but here this caught my eye. Now this to me looks, as you can, if you look at it from this angle, it looks like a cone, doesn't it? And judging from the bottom of the cone, as you can see, it's like this. So I dare to say that this was supposed to be upright. What else makes me think that way is that the tip of the cone seems to be missing, and it seems to be over there. That's the tip of the cone that belongs here. This has been cut here, and the tip is over there. This is a tip of the cone. It's kind of even at the very top of the cone. There's an even space there. So, did somebody want to destroy the cone that was originally upright? Or did the cone break when it was brought here and they left it here because it was useless and it was no use to lift it up? It's laying down here. It should be up. So, onward. Clearly this way. Just following my nose right now, there's clearly, this feels like it's the way to go. I have no idea where I'm going really. I have an odd feeling and I don't know why. Are there any bears there? Bears out of the way, please. Well, suppose I ought to be moving, but there's an odd feeling here. And some more pyramids. Just on the way that I wanted to walk. That is strange. So I found the path that is just north of the oven and all that jazz. There's also another pyramid a bit that way. I came directly that way, which I think it's kind of strange because I followed my own nose and it sort of took me from one pyramid to the next. Okay, let's see what's here. So, I'm not sure if I would call this a plateau. Maybe, why not? Again, I get this very odd feeling. I can't make sense of it. It feels in my stomach. It's like a warning or something. We'll check the coordinates from this video to see if it aligns at all with the last place where I got this feeling. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Is there another line once more? I'm getting hungry. Well, duty calls. I need to check this out. Even though it said to me that this way is some kind of danger, I don't know. Something very negative and dark is this way. Well, the forest sure is getting darker. I might look there a little bit later. Not now. Cold, weird feeling intensifies. My leg is shaking. Ooh. I'm just going to stay on the path for now. Feels better at the moment. Something's off here, or it's, I don't know. Don't stray from the path. That's what I hear, or get. I don't hear anything, I just get. What can I say about right this section where those cone was and where there was a pattern? So now it's a bit different. I don't get the same sense of pattern here, and also the feeling here is totally different. It's a lot colder and a lot more darker. I get somehow dark vibes from here. It's like alarming kind of vibes that I get here. That didn't come at all earlier, even though there was the pattern and the signs were a lot more obvious with my eyes and other senses. But here there are no sights to be seen. There are no patterns. There's nothing here except that there is a very, very strong feeling of something radiating here. I don't know what it is, we'll see. We should be coming to the Rock of Kärnä soon, and that, well, you will see it, but I did not expect that to radiate anything, and we'll see if I get any vibes from the rock itself. But this place overall gives me sort of a tread very carefully feeling. I don't know what it is. Something here something here gets me very kind of freaked out, and I don't know what it is. There's something like I keep seeing snakes on the. I don't see them, but with my I keep looking down, like, to be sure that I don't step on the snake, even though this is not the snake area here. There are probably no snakes here, I would say, but I keep seeing, like, not seeing but sensing snakes on the path, and overall I get, I don't know why I'm so freaked out. Makes the back hair at the back of my neck stand up. Well, there is a path here, and there were a lot of camping tourists just a little distance away. So a lot of people come here regularly, and none of them have been eaten. So I have nothing to be nervous about here. Okay, finally starting to get to the better side of the feeling. Coming back to the light, so to say. Whew. And there it is. There it is. The Rock of Kärnä. Named by the founder who found it. I don't remember when. It was like 1920 or something. And I feel right now, as I am stepping here, I'm stepping from the very unnerving, shadowy place. I'm stepping here and I feel a lot better first and foremost, and what I get as my very first thought here is that this is the sun. This is the sun. This is a sun that greets you after walking in the shadow. That is what I feel right now. Whew. We have come to the light. Indeed, we have come to the light. So the Rock of Kärnä is about 4 meters high. It's very big, as you can see. Well, you can't really see how big it actually is, but that's what it looks like. It's sort of round and it's sort of yeah. That friend of mine that studies the Earth radiation told me that there is a beam or flow of positive energy coming this way. You can think what you like about the Earth radiation. I very much would encourage people to take serious study of the matter once again, because nobody has studied the Earth radiation since the 70s. So even if then, even if then you say that you can't find any signs of it, then technology has really leaped forward within the 50 years since. I would very much like to see somebody take the matter seriously under study right now, because I can imagine this rock like sending some kind of a beam there to the world and to the shadowy world. I think it's remarkable how directly southwards it lies. South is that way. I'm going to go see if there's anything north from here that is worth the mention. What else I can say about this place? It's clear that no one has lived here. It's way too far from water, and no one has really used this for deer hunting either. Like wild deer, they are usually hunted in a place where there are like rolling sandy hills like this, so they can be driven between them in these little valleys. So here, this is sort of a hill that has no use whatsoever, and these structures that have been laid around this hill, over this hill, they have either some ancient astrological or some kind of other cult purpose to them. There is no practical purpose that I can think of. There's an ant hill pretty much directly north from the Rock of Kärnä. So talk about earth energies. These ants are said to place their hives at the crossing point or where the earth energies flow. That's interesting. Going about directly south from the Rock of Kärnä, that is about so. I'm going to see if the beam that goes south, or the flow of energy that is supposed to go south, has anything there. So the Rock of Kärnä should be that way. have to repeat it that I really feel like not going there. I'm still on the line that comes south from the Rock of Kärnä, and here it feels okay. But as soon as I step that way, or if I just look that way, I get the feeling don't go there. And even though I walked past that area previously and didn't see anything alarming there, I still get the kind of feeling don't go there. That's interesting and strange at the same time, because I saw nothing alarming there. Let's go follow the good vibrations southward. So I'll come down from the Rock of Kärnä, and directly south to it there is this lovely little peaceful lake. I see a lot of birds nesting around the shore, so I'm very careful to move here to not disturb them. Overall, my steps over to the Rock of Kärnä, all the while my journey from the so-called oven to the Rock of Kärnä, it felt like I was guided by the rocks along the way. It was like one peculiar looking rock led to another, and that led to another, and all the way to the Rock of Kärnä. Here we are at the oven again, or so-called oven. And what I noticed when I came here was that even though the way up the hill was thoroughly guided, it was like going from one peculiar rock to another all the way to the Rock of Kärnä. It wasn't the same way back. So even I could go here and follow the rocks up there, but there was no signposts or anything to bring me back. And that's interesting. What I explained signifies that it's very important to make the journey from here to the Rock of Kärnä. But it doesn't matter whether you make it back or not. So at first I thought that this oven might be some kind of a sacrificial place, that you leave something there to the oven for the spirits, and then you take the road and walk over to the rock, which to me represents the sun. However, it doesn't feel like that here. It really feels more like, well, I'm going to kneel here because it looks like this place here is perfect for kneeling down, so that the opening of the oven is at your head level, and it's a little bit further away. You can't reach there to put anything in there while you are kneeled here. It's at your head level, but you can just stare in there, and you can't put anything in there from this distance. And overall, it doesn't feel like you are supposed to put anything there. Just like my friend explained to me that the earth energies come out from there. That is the same kind of feeling that I'm getting here, that this oven is giving something to you. I'm thinking you are supposed to sit here and get some kind of a message from it. And perhaps then with that message or order, you are supposed to get on the move. And now what comes to the getting on the move, there is something that I think we should consider when we think about this place as a whole. We must look at a wider scale, at least in my opinion. This might sound very strange, but as I was sitting there in front of the oven and staring into it, I felt charged. Like, not in the moment, but now that I'm walking, I feel like I am charged. And it seems like you are supposed to sit in front of it and stare into the oven to gain strength for a much longer journey. And it's a sense of preparation. And I think I have an idea of what you are preparing for. We are directly east of the Karna rock and the oven, and it's This lovely beach here is a perfect setting point for a journey to Hiisi. And you can just imagine looking at this little beach, just pushing your little boat to the water here and going there. The waters here follow a very long canyon. It takes like 20 kilometers that way, and you arrive to a place called the Gate of Hiisi. For hunters, Hiisi was very important. And as we know, back in those days, the shaman had to make spiritual journey to Hiisi and recover or to preserve or reassure his from the whole community's success in hunting. There are many gates along the way as you go along the rivers. There is small gate, there is long gate, there is a moor gate, a lot of gates that you have to pass on your journey to get to the final gate of Hiisi. So we are talking about a very important journey here, and it's a very long journey. It might be very tough to do it, so you of course have to be spiritually charged to make it. So in that sense I think it's just what I feel, but I feel like the oven might be a spiritual charger to prepare you for this journey. And also this is the very end of the same canyon. At the other end of the canyon is the Gate of Hiisi, and the canyon ends here. So the journey is pretty much like there and back again. And you can, as you can imagine yourself leaving the shore here, taking a boat to Hiisi, then you can also imagine yourself landing on this beautiful sandy beach here, starting on your journey, enriched by your experience, and going back there to the Rock of Kärnä to read the flowers of the sun and hang the flowers in the sun. Hiisi is considered a very dark entity, a very dark deity, even though it's very important. So I can see there is a sort of reflection of light and darkness here also. So in that sense, when there is a very dark deity over there, there is a very favorable and warm deity over here to represent the sun, whoever he is. The old Laplanders and old people, ancient people, likely had a lot of deities, and they all were represented with joy and with respect.
So I'm back home and it was a very interesting journey. I have to say, I was very surprised by the level of vibes I got. I am surprised. I usually don't even get that much. Even if I do get them, there's no doubt about it. But over there was like so clear warnings and so clear negative fields over that hill. And then there's also this the way I got really felt like I got charged by that oven. It didn't feel at first like when I was facing it, it didn't feel like anything. But when I got up from there, I was definitely charged. There was some kind of a new determination to me, and I just knew, okay, I need to go that way, and whatever comes, I'm going to just go through it. No, like it was like it didn't feel at the spot when I kneeled there, but when I got up from there, it just feels like, here we go. Okay, so otherwise, I wouldn't be surprised if there was like another deity that is yet unknown to us, because the ancient people and even the Laplanders had a lot of deities, and we likely do not know many of them. So I wouldn't be very surprised if there was some kind of a opposite deity or some kind of a negating deity that is opposed to Hiisi. Like I said, Hiisi is a very dark entity, but you have to get your blessings from him for hunting. And And once you visit Hiisi, it might stuck on you. The Hiisi might be stuck on you. So I wouldn't be surprised if after visiting Hiisi you would want to negate the effect of Hiisi on yourself and visit some kind of a light deity that is sun and warmth and very much opposed to Hiisi to get the kind of blessings that that you need that are not easy. Okay, so that is something that is worth thinking about. Overall, the hill itself, like I said about the vibes, and there were like layers of vibes around the hill. I would like somebody to study that very carefully, and those earth energies. I would like somebody to study it. In that place, it really felt like there was some kind of a pattern with the rocks and how they were placed. It did remind me of a sundial or some kind of astrological settlement or something like that. So it was very interesting, and I thank you for your company. If you want to visit the place, I recommend it. It's just a beautiful place, a lot of mystery. See if you can pick up the same kind of hints that I did. And if you dare, and if you feel the need for it, you can even try to make the 20-kilometer journey to Hiisi. I didn't feel like doing it this time, but I will likely visit Hiisi another time.